Hello,
What
everyone.
is happening?
Hi, Sharon.
Hey, y'all.
Hi, Mary.
Hot.
Hey, Grammy Karen. Hey, Hops and Barley Homestead. Hey, Marty. Hey, Melissa. Yay,
First
your first
live.
live.
Welcome.
Hey, Laura. Hope you're doing well.
I have an eye twitch, and that is bothering me.
Oh, that's fun. Hey, Carrie. We are doing well. Hey, Merciful Roots. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Little Feet Farm. We were actually watching your video earlier of the cream separating. So we have the same one, except our pot's a little bigger. I don't know why, because the whole thing looked the same, but that was really cool to see. And I was telling Zach, I was like, what did they do with all that milk?
We can't wait to be able to break ours back out. We're getting close.
Yeah, right now it's in a box in the basement, but soon we will be doing cream again. I cannot wait. I guess it'll be a little bit once the goats get weaned and all that, but it'll be here before we know it.
Yeah.
Hey,
takes it a second. Once the babies are born, you got to give them all the milk for a minute, but not too long.
Not too long.
Yeah. Then you can start separating them at night, so they still get mama's milk, but you get the morning milk.
Yep.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Carol. Hey, Patricia from Louisiana. Hey, Mariah from very cold Pennsylvania. Oh, goodness.
It was actually like almost 60 degrees here today, but the bottom fell out and lots of rain. Hey,
Veronica. Hey, Wildermans. Tomorrow is going to be really nice. I can't wait.
Super excited. It's going to be like 62 degrees and sunny.
Yeah.
At the end of January.
Oh, my gosh. Your mom forgot the Instapot.
Oh, my gosh, you did.
Just now. I had such big plans to give that to you.
Daggone it. See, we have to start like giving people stuff like as soon as they get here, because we do that a lot.
Hey, Anne Marie. How are you? Hey, Darlene. Hey, Swampy Acres. 75, Patricia said. Wow. That sounds beautiful. Hey, Candace from Ontario. Goodness. Hey, Christy. Awesome. Well, we had a really good day.
It was a long day. I told her right before we went live, I was like, I feel like it's like 11 o'clock and we're going live. It's just been a really long day.
Yeah.
But a good day.
It was. It wasn't too crazy.
Yeah.
It was a pretty normal Monday.
Back to work. Lots of meetings.
Yep. Hey, Susan. Did the kids' school today. That was good. I got to be careful touching my eyes. I have peppermint essential oil.
That's actually a funny story we can tell.
Burning.
We were sitting here like, what stories we're going to tell? We were kind of boring this past week. Not a lot of crazy, funny stuff happened, but today that was kind of funny. Yeah. We'll tell that here in just a second.
Hey, Sandy. Shoo, goodness.
Well, I don't know about you all, but everybody been a little bit tighter this week on their social media, haven't they? Woo-wee! Everybody's with a fuse, a little short.
Short fuses.
Yeah. So today on our live,
not in our group,
that is not going to happen. It's going to be all joy and happy, and hopefully put a smile on your face, because my goodness, people need a little bit of a relaxation.
Hey,
it has been absolutely nuts. Thankfully, our Facebook is full of you all.
Hey, Robin.
It's just like all garden. Like I never see anything at all. It's more of we hear stuff, and we're like, we intentionally don't hear these.
No, it's mainly the YouTube that gets shorter fuses.
Yeah, YouTube gets wild. That's when it gets really, really crazy. Which, like we said in our last video, that doesn't bother us an overall amount, like at all. We just look past it and continue on going.
It's actually a pretty common question we get. You know, how do you handle the negative comments like from other YouTube creators? And honestly, we just it doesn't bother us. I told Zach the other day, I was like, there's like one person in this world that can hurt my feelings, and that's him.
Yeah, insane.
And he never does, you know, thankfully. But he is like the only one with that power to hurt my feelings, just because I love him so much.
Right.
You know, your kids hurt your feelings, but they're kids. You just take it and let it go. But yeah, I told him that, and I was like, that feels really good, because it feels like it can be a really vulnerable place to be.
Yeah.
When you're a YouTube creator, or just any kind of creator, or influencer, or whatever. I mean, there's so many things that could hurt your feelings and go wrong, but I just don't know. It doesn't get to me.
Yeah.
And that might make me a psycho. I don't know.
No, it doesn't.
Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, should it get to me? Like maybe I'm not normal. No, I don't know.
Not at all. Because I feel the same way. Like you're the only one that can hurt my feelings. And if it actually did hurt our feelings, we would have to stop doing YouTube.
Yeah.
Y'all have no idea how many times we've been called bad parents. We're abusive to our animals. We can't garden worth a lick.
Right. Yeah.
I'm the worst builder in the world. Like, I can't build nothing. Like, I mean, it's crazy because they're like, some of them, I don't know how YouTube decides what's held for review and what they like let out.
Yeah.
But like, there's a held for review section, and we never look at it. But
It's
like,
a real fun place to go.
Yeah, sometimes I'll go look at it. I'm just like,
Oh.
what happened here? Are they watching us? Like, I hope not. Like, my goodness. But yeah, I mean, if we truly had impact with that, like, we could not do YouTube because it is a brutal world out there.
I think it's just a thick skin you put on though, because we actually went and looked at a bigger person that we watch and follow.
Yeah.
I told Zach, I was like, I'm just gonna go look at his comments real quick and see if like they're anything like ours. And I did, and I was like, oh man, we've got it good.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. He probably just doesn't even look because woo.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
So, and we're not holding on this too long. We're just kind of waiting for folks to come in.
It's just funny to talk about.
It is funny. Yeah. It's fun to talk about because it's just a lot of you all ask, and so that's why we're kind of like letting it out there. Man, everybody thinks Dolly's dying.
So Dolly is one of our Great Pyrenees. She's one in the barn.
She's our livestock guardian dog.
Yeah.
So apparently we're just the most like PETA is getting called out.
Probably.
No, they are. That was in the comments. They're calling PETA on me talking to Dolly. I don't know. But I'm like, you answer some and you're like, listen, she's a livestock guardian dog. She's good. I promise we're not abusing her. She has a job. She's happy. She's very submissive. That's what she is. Like, she's trained to her owner to kind of have the soft eyes and look that way. And then like, it was like 5 more. I'm like, I've lost my breath. I can't do it no more. But yes, Dolly's fine for anybody that's watching. Like, she's the happiest dog in the world, and she's my favorite dog that we have. It's just
she's literally the favorite.
Yeah, she is okay.
Truly gets the most attention because somebody was like, well, "You need to go out there more. You only spend." This was like a specific comment. They said you only spend like 10 minutes a day with her. I was like, oh, that's the 10 minutes you're watching on the video. He's like, like we have 24 hours in a day, just like you do. You just only see the 10 minutes.
Yeah. So
like, this person legitimately thought that 10 minutes was our whole day. And like, I guess we just went really fast. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I remember one way back in the day, like way back.
Tammy said, Jess and I were getting questions about their guardian last night. People don't get it. I actually went after someone last night on their live and told them, Gabe, he's a livestock guardian.
Gabe is actually Zena's brother, if you didn't know.
But like, we don't go after people that comment to us, but if you comment to my friends on their YouTube, it's on. Like, don't talk to my friends.
Right. Anyways, it was the one I was going to talk about. It was way back in the day. I had shot a video.
Mello, yes, we are very irresponsible tree owners. We're the worst tree owners ever.
Yes. I didn't shoot me like changing the water.
Yeah.
And someone got on me for how nasty the water was. And I was like, I literally like did it after the video, but I didn't figure anybody would want to watch me watering. It's just one of those things. But anyways, we'll get off that because that's kind of that negative stuff. But it's funny too. Like, it's funny the things that people say to us. And we're like, I'm not saying like we're great at anything, but like, we've done this for a minute. Like, we have a halfway idea of what we're doing.
Love it.
Yeah. Water, feed, give attention.
So funny. Built on the rocks and I go around killing trees, mountain cedar trees.
Yeah. Oh, Jess actually said a really funny one. Remember that one time? She had a video or was on a live or something, and she talked about somebody commented and said, "What is wrong with your trees and why are they all dead?" And it was the middle of winter. Like, yeah, I mean, that's just like some of the comments that YouTube creators get. It's just off the wall stuff. But anyways, I hope y'all are.
Yes, I feel you.
What she said.
She said I stop reading the comments because it takes all I have not to get on it.
Yeah, that's another reason like it doesn't bother us because like we'll go back and look and like the stock drives like got it. We're like, That's our group.
Thank you, Mayberry Homestead.
But anyways, you all definitely open up, ask your questions. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. It's hardcore gardening season. It's kidding season, which we are so excited about.
Yeah.
Our poor mamas, they're so big.
They're so big.
They got the waddles just rocking.
They're almost done. They're so close. I tell them every day, I'm like, just hang in there, y'all. Just hang in there.
Yep. Kentucky Faith Haven Farm, yes, and we have a swamp going on.
Yes, we do.
So we had probably a couple inches of rain today. It just never stopped. At one point, it looked like we was about to have go to the basement tornadic stuff going on, and then it just cleared up.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that we get comments all the time is how we are not in the mountains. That is not a mountain, by the way. But how we're in these really tall hills. The weather is wild. It's one thing, then it changes real quick, and the wind and all this stuff, it moves it around really fast. But it really looked like we was about to have some serious stuff, and then it just rained.
These curtains, it's a really, really big window in our living room.
Window.
Tammy asked if it was a sliding glass door. It's like one huge big window and then two windows on the side of it.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. We love it.
Yeah, I hope it never breaks because it was definitely a custom window.
Yeah, definitely custom. That's when we put the couch in front of it, we had to move it because it was just too pretty to cover up. Little Salty Homesteader, does Dolly ever climb fences? We had Great Pyrenees who would climb fences. Dolly can't because she's in the electric fence, but Xena will climb a fence. Xena is in the permanent fencing, and Xena will climb anything that she can get her little paws on. She is a climber, and she's a wanderer. She's only climbed it one time.
Well, it's the gate.
Yeah.
So we have the tight wire fencing on the gate, but on the top there's that slot.
Yeah.
That's this size. And she can climb it. She knows how to climb it. So when people drop off the mill, she climbs it and just wants to jump in the mail lady's car. And I'm like, you can't be doing that, Xena. There was one thing I saw, Veronica, bring it. The only problem is you're in Texas, so you're gonna be well ahead of me on the zinnias. But fair. You know what? We'll do it. Let's start in April.
There you go. Hey, Tinker's wife. Hey, Naturally NC. Somebody from Nova Scotia. Wow.
Nice. Welcome. Sharon, we do still have some leaking in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
It's not over the top. It just it runs water straight to it. But no, we have not fixed that yet.
No, we will though. It's definitely on the list because it's not pleasant.
Right.
I'm sure Jed feels that way.
I actually hear Jed right now. He's down there on the treadmill.
He's running. But yeah, it is not pleasant whatsoever. But it's just little bitty runs of water. Thankfully, it doesn't puddle too bad.
Right. Which is annoying, but
or no baby goats yet, but soon.
Yeah.
I think we've got
February 9th is the first official day that they can have kids.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's there can be premature and stuff like that, which we don't want. But from when Charlie was exposed to them to when it's 5 months later, it's February 9th.
Yeah. Cannot wait. So excited. I'm telling you, they look like they could go at any minute though. But Butters, she's bigger because this is her second time having kids. So she's pretty experienced. And I really think that Anna has got triplets. I mean, she's just so big.
Yeah. And, we could be surprised too with that. Sometimes it might just be weight that they're truly carrying.
I mean, they were very healthy before they got pregnant. So they were never on the skinny side. That's for sure. Hey, Prairie Golden Cowboy.
There's Debs in Rich Refuge. What are you planning brand new this year you've never planted before? That's a good question. So not a whole lot that we're planning brand new. New varieties. We're planting a few new varieties of just kind of a little bit of everything. But what's new for us is the mass scale. We're doing some of the things. So we dabbled in corn last year. So we're definitely going to have a lot more corn. So I would say that's probably our freshest, newest thing that we're going to be going in. That's always something that we used to buy from a non-GMO farm close to us. We ain't got that no more. But even without that, we wanted to really start growing more of our own corn. So that's probably our newest thing that you'll see.
We did grow corn last year. Did you say that?
Yeah, but it was just a raised bed amount. It was mainly testing our skill out with it.
We didn't grow a very good variety.
It was a late thing. It was after we put our garlic.
Yeah.
We were just trying to figure out what we could plant in that raised bed. And so it wasn't a sweet corn. It was more of, it was good, but it wasn't good for preserving. Mm-hmm. So it was take it off the shuck, eat it immediately.
Yeah.
Kind of corn. But we got some better ones this year. And that's probably the newest thing that we're excited about. Most of the other stuff we've planted and grew. We're just trying out some new
I do-
varieties, but we're doing very vintage this year.
Yeah.
Producers.
I do have a few herbs. I want to go through my herb seeds and probably plant some new stuff, like pollinator stuff that I haven't done before. Melanie said, do y'all plant tomatillos? We
did last year.
Grew tomatillos for the first time last year and ended up hating them.
Yeah. They're so prolific. I mean,
I had to give them all away because they were just, they were not good.
And we tried salsa verde. We tried all the things, and we just could not get on board with the tomatillos. But they're so easy to grow. I mean, and they produce. So if you like them, they're great. We grew the purple and the yellow ones.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the actual specific name of them too.
Veronica, I do grow echinacea. I love it. I definitely want to do more this year. Erica said, are y'all putting up a pool this summer? We have
talked about it so much.
About it.
So first off, the Walmart pools are still ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're still at like $2,000.
The one that we had at our old house, we bought for what, $400?
I think it's $300.
It might have been $300. But when the pandemic happened, the prices shot up and they're like $2,000 now. And they're not worth that because they only last 2 years at best, usually just 1 year. Thank you, Moon Farm. There's so many varieties of calendula, which is best for salves. Any of them, any of the calendula officinalis. You'll know what I'm saying when you see it. I can't say it right. But yeah, that's your best one for some salves. And yeah, but all calendula is beautiful and useful.
Can I get controversial real quick?
We're going to finish the pool thing. Are we putting up a pool?
We're going to try. We want one.
But I don't want to buy one.
But at $2,000,
yeah.
I mean, we might as well like call somebody to see how much it's going to cost to put an in-ground. Because I am not paying $2,000 for a 2-year pool.
And they're ugly.
That ain't happening. Yeah, they're not ugly.
They don't last. I don't want to do that. So
right, Sharon, that's what I told her. She said you have a tractor to dig the pool. I'm like, well, I can dig the hole ourselves and pour our own concrete.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, we can figure this bad boy out. The biggest thing with our house that we're trying to figure out, I was telling her, I was like, I got 3 things that I'm really trying to picture, and I'm having the hardest time.
Me too.
Is that the exact spot that our garden needs to be? Where's going to be our hangout summer spot? And then where's the pool going?
Right.
Because after we pig wrangle, we know that we need to go relax in the pool.
Which we do have a hot tub though, so we can always
turn
that down.
We're such entertainers. Like I'm seeing the smoker and I'm seeing the pool and the fire pit. And one of my favorite things at the old place was sitting in the pool and like watching our garden.
Yeah.
Like I loved like being in the pool and looking at our garden. And I overanalyzed everything, but it was just great to see.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking that, but I also don't want it to be like in the middle of our property to where it's like almost an eyesore, which I don't think it necessarily will be. And then I'm like, who cares? But I kind of do care, like I want it to be nice. So I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Sharon said pull on the west side. Which is the west side?
That's south, so northeast, southwest. But see, that's our most unlevel side over here. And there's no door on this side of the house. So we have the front door, which is right here, and the side door, which is on this side. And that's over there, which, because you're right, like that would be a perfect spot. I thought about it a bunch. But like you would have to go out of one of these doors, walk around, and go over to that side. We'd have to build
like some kind of pathway.
Yeah, and it's very unlevel. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
First world problems, right? Yeah. Figuring out where the pool's going to go.
We've talked about it so much.
So calendula. I said I want to get a little controversial. I don't care what you say. I just got to touch on the knee. You can. So I'll let you do your own research. I won't do it.
There you go. Hang on. Let's see. What have we missed? I don't see any questions. Perfect for a wraparound porch. That would be cool. We have 2 porches.
Yeah, it would just depend on how it would work. See, being a stone house, like it's not like easily just add on kind of thing, because you want it to go with the stone house. Even our porches are stone. So if I throw up a wood deck, like I don't know, I just don't want to rush anything here.
Right. Don't want it to look bad. Want it to look good.
Make a lazy river. That would be sweet, wouldn't it?
Awesome. I want some kind of slide. I think it would be really fun. Like from the porch to the pool would be cool. Blessed dwellings that have you ever used a guard goose?
No,
we haven't.
We've
never had geese.
I can't really stand a duck. I don't really want a goose.
Ducks are not our favorite.
Yeah, and geese are like on steroids. So
we actually went to my mom's this past weekend, and we passed a place that had like 10 to 12 geese in their yard. and they weren't fenced in or anything. And I'm guessing they were guard geese because they were just like hanging out in the yard protecting it. It was really cool to see.
Yeah.
They're so funny to watch.
I'm a guinea fan
Mhm.
as a protector rather than a goose
Yeah,
or geese.
they are
Yeah,
cool though.
ducks are messy and geese are just right there with them.
Wanda, I would love a gazebo in the garden. That would be awesome.
Gotta figure out where we're gonna put the garden first.
Right. There's
So
so
we're
many things to
thinking
figure out.
the garden. So y'all know we have the tree line in the front near the road, and then we have the fence, and then that's where it all opens up over there. So we're almost thinking the garden running that way, like against that fence line up against the front. And my only concern was the shade that it could potentially have. However, there shouldn't be any shade from the front trees because the sun's going to come straight over. Right now in the winter, it's shooting over this way. Like, I mean, we barely get sunlight due to the trees and mountains. But I'm not going to really be growing stuff there at that time.
Right.
So that'll kind of put it closer to us and like not just in the middle of the field, which is what I'm trying to like avoid. I don't want to like break up pasture just because that's the spot that gets all the sun. So that's, I think, where we're going to land on. But that's why we're doing in-ground gardening for the most part this year. So if we do need to change it, we can without, blowing a bunch of money.
Where did that question go? Oh, Everyday Life said, when the snow melts and the ground is thawed out, do I need to water the garlic?
Just normal. Honestly, you don't need to start watering until like spring when you start drying out. Right now, we get enough rain to where I don't think I watered until it got hot again.
Right.
Because there's just so much.
And you mulch it so heavily that it holds that in.
Right. So yes and no. So just pay attention. Kind of grab the soil around it. If like you can go like a few inches down and it's just completely dry, then yeah, shoot a little water on it, but you probably don't need to.
Hey, Chrissy.
Faye, $3 super chat.
Larry's
Thank you.
On. Hey, Larry.
Hey, Larry.
Thank you, Faye, for that super chat. Somebody had asked something else. Morris Patch of Heaven Homestead said, will you be building anything on your beautiful mountain?
Yeah, we will eventually once that becomes kind of a priority. But I've always had the dream to have a picnic spot on top of the mountain. Jed actually said he hiked to the top, and you can basically see the whole town up there, which is really cool. So like that is going to be a dream to clear a path, not clear the woods, but clear a path to like drive the side by side up there. So us and the kids can have a picnic up there.
There's a really cool spot that we could put like a pavilion or a gazebo and then put a picnic table under it and maybe like a little, I don't know, outdoor grill or something. That would be ideal. It would be so fun to have that and be able to drive the side by side, like he said. Andy, thank you so much.
Thanks, man. $5 super chat. Appreciate it.
Zipline.
Yeah.
Zipline
That
to
would
the
be a
pool.
lot of fun.
That'd be fun. June said, get alpacas. They'll protect your livestock.
We get something going to be an ostrich.
I'm not gonna lie, alpacas freak me out a little. I don't know why. I think it's just that they're so different looking, and I feel like you can never predict their behavior. And I don't know, they just kind of creep me out the way that they're so tall, like they're bigger than you, and I don't know.
Well, then you ain't gonna like an ostrich.
No, I don't think I will. But that's your thing. That sucker's going to be way far away from the house. Oh, goodness. Yeah, the eyes, Moon Farm said. It might be the eyes. There's just something about them. They creep me out a little. I don't know what it is. I think also, like, you don't see them much when you drive down the road because obviously, like, cows and cattle and horses are big too. But that's something you see all the time. So, like, when you drive and you see an alpaca and you're just like, it takes you off guard. Even though you know what it is, you're like, what's that? And they're just, I don't know.
I'll tell you what's off guard.
Almost too majestic looking.
Is passing a farm that has alpacas, and that doesn't surprise you because they also are farming deer.
Yep.
That's when it gets weird. On our way to Grand McCarran's, we passed a deer farm that also has alpacas, and alpacas are the least of the worries in there. Bucks, does, everything all up in there.
Yeah, it's a weird one to pass.
It's a strange one.
First time we passed it, I looked at him. I said, "What animal is that?" I was
like, "What?" We were like stopped. Like we were the people that like we disliked it. Like you're like stopping. You know, like we were stopping. Like, what is that?
I said, "Oh my gosh, I think that's a deer."
I said, "There's no way." I said, nobody keeps deer.
Yeah.
Everybody tries to keep deer out of their fence. Why would you keep deer inside your fence?
There
And
is-
then lo and behold, it was deer.
It's
It's a terribly
of deer.
sad story on why that, which we have not talked to them personally. We just know why people farm deer.
Yeah, I mean, we're just assuming. Why
Yeah,
they
we
do it.
have no
We don't
idea.
really know. But
I
it's
mean,
weird.
I don't know any other reason why you'd want to do that unless you're just raising your own venison, but
Right.
you're raising deer.
It's a strange thing. Every time you're just like, it's weird. Because it's just out in the middle of the field, too. There's no like trees or anything. We do want a peacock for sure. Jamie said, don't be alarmed if you see a tent and a fire on the top of the hill. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, goodness, and everybody. So we have a deer farm down the road right beside the buffalo farm.
There you go. Hey,
Apparently, it's a thing.
it's a thing. Unfortunately, around here, for the most part, and I'm not speaking to that person, they sell them to hunting lodges, which is awful because it don't stand a chance.
Right. Ah, very sad. But,
Yeah, Sandy, ours family, they call them donkey poodles. That's cool. Yeah, we watch a lot of Daniel in our family. I respect him as a YouTube creator and a farmer. Raylan and I, we actually watched him way back in the day. Raylan,
back when Lambert was around.
Yeah, when Lambert was a bottle baby. I mean, Raylan loved it. Like, I mean, they got to the point where I wasn't watching, but she like expected us to watch. But I learned a lot from him just with throughout YouTube and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I had the same philosophies that he does, and I just think they're a solid, rounded family, kind of like us. So I respect that, and I think they're good people.
Yeah, pretty cool. Will the kids get another tree house?
Yeah, we'll build something. We definitely got to get something going on for them. Right now, we're in that dreary stretch. If y'all have been around for a while, I call Kentucky the gray state, and we've hit it. Like, we have hit gray state.
Yeah,
and it's wet. It's raining most of the time. If it's not raining, it's cold. So it's not laziness. It's just it's that time of year, and like I'm ready, especially for tomorrow. I'm like trying to clear my calendar at work so I can be outside a little bit more, to just like take in some of that vitamin D and sun and do something. I don't want to run the tractor a lot right now because our ground is so soggy that it just destroys it. I got soil sitting out there waiting. We got rock being delivered probably tomorrow. I've got more soil being delivered, but it's like the weather isn't breaking, so we're just kind of sitting and waiting. So we have plenty of seedlings growing, but we'll get to the kids' tree house or play area soon.
Gotta find a good tree for it.
Which we might build like an on a stand thing.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody down the road, they built like a pallet treehouse kind of style.
Oh yeah, he was telling me.
It's 3-sided and it's on a stand, and it's pretty cool. It's just like a treehouse.
Kitty cat's taking a bath behind you. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, she's funny. What zone are we in?
We're at 6B.
Yeah.
/6A.
Yeah.
/5B.
Depends on the day.
Yeah. It's so weird here because like where it is, different elevations. Our specific house is in 6B, but like right beside us is 6A.
Right.
It's weird just with the elevation, but we're 6B. Like I've always preached, don't look too much into that. It's more of your zip code and your frost dates.
Oh my gosh. Sharon Holland said, I had peacocks. They love fighting with shiny bumpers. We even had neighbors a mile away to call us and tell us that they had peeping toms. Our peacocks traveled a mile to visit them. I
want a peacock. I want a peacock and an ostrich.
Yep.
And I want them to be best friends.
Oh gosh. What are you going to do with the other house on your property? Debbie said.
Oh, that's quite the question. We actually just started that process. We got back in touch with our man, Kyle. If you're searching for a home in Kentucky, Kyle is the best realtor in the world.
Yep.
We are getting ready to get in process to buy it. So we don't know just yet. The reason we're buying it, for anyone that's curious, is it's right behind us, and their driveway is our driveway. There's an easement.
Nobody lives there.
Nobody lives there right now. But we don't want it to ever to be rented out because then they'll have to come through us and the gates and the animals and all that stuff.
It'd be a lot to deal with for somebody.
And mainly just privacy for us. Linda Kell.
Oh my goodness.
You bless us all with your smiles and laughter. Love you guys. Thank you so much for that.
Love you,
You're too kind. So we're gonna buy it. Don't know. We're gonna find out. I mean, what we do know is we don't want to just be paying for it to pay for it. Right. So we're going to be doing something to cancel that out. So we don't know if it's Airbnb, renting it out.
Right.
whatever.
The main
it is.
goal is just to get it so that it's ours and we don't have to
Yeah.
worry about someone else. And then once we have it, that's when we'll have to figure out what in the world we're going to do with it. But
Yeah.
either way, it's going to be really cool to own it.
Yeah.
It'll finally be ours.
See, naturally, you're right. Like I've thought a
So
lot
checked.
about like
Yeah.
us using it, but then I'm like, then nobody's making money off of it. But if it
it's
enhances
yeah,
our business,
right.
then yes, you're right. So we're definitely not going to rush into it, which I keep saying that about this place, but I feel like we did at our old place, and I'm trying not to do that here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. But either way, that house has to make us money.
Right.
Like we are not just going to pour, a mortgage payment into it just to have it.
Yeah. Stivers bed and breakfast. That is a really cool idea.
Yeah.
We've talked about that a lot too, and just how we would do the logistics of it, because whoever came and stayed would have to go through our yard and then go out the back gate. And then, what are we going to do with the dogs? It would be really awkward to tell people, like, you got to text us before you leave so we can put the dogs out, kind of thing.
Right.
I don't know. There's so many options and they're all good. We'll figure it out in time. I think the answer will come to us, though. I think we'll know what to do with it.
I mean, I think of all kinds of options up in there. I would love to just have it for when people come, and like we can use it day to day for stock storage, business stuff, and then like it even has a basement that would be nice to like store things. But then when like
be our schoolhouse,
and then when parents come and stuff, like they can stay there, like they don't have to be stuck here,
right?
And just anybody, when it comes to
country stores, golf set,
right?
So
many options. So like I don't want to tie us down too much on exactly what we're going to do, because there's all kinds of options for it.
Yeah. Andy, to get that second house, we actually have to get a commercial loan because it's not our primary residence. This house is. So, if you're buying a separate house than where you're living, you got to do commercial. But it works out. It's fine. Extra houses at Etsy shop. That would be cool. Hey, Amy. Hey, Angel. Hi, Angel. Hope you're doing well tonight. Let's see. I know there was.
Use it as the business address for taxes, then rent is paid to the owner of main house. Okay.
That's kind of smart.
Yeah. All about that kind of stuff.
It's kind of clever. I haven't thought about
Everybody's telling Jed to move into it. Jed. He says he doesn't want it.
Hey, Greenwich Homestead. Hey, Selena's World. Hey, Kentucky Hunter. All right, let me go back up and see if I can find a question. A country store. That would be awesome.
The biggest thing for us, which we need to kind of address this anyways, because when like mail comes and stuff, like the dogs are kind of crazy. So I think we need to start focusing on some interior fencing. So because like right now, if we know somebody's coming, I have to put the dogs in the garage. And I have to kind of close them in there so that way we can open the gates, because Rusty one will just run out.
Yeah.
And then the second piece is like Xena will just jump in their cars and like go for a ride. And she's muddy right now, like super muddy. So like when the mail lady comes to drop off packages, like she's literally getting it in her car and just mud everywhere. So like it would be nice to keep them out, but not also have to worry about when people come. But I also don't want to box this in. See, like in my head,
that's our biggest issue, I think. Is we're afraid we're going to box ourselves in.
Because at our old place, y'all have no idea how like
piece together.
Yeah, and like how
a puzzle.
I hated having any deliveries. Like I'm talking soil, rock, stuff like dump truck size. Because I'm like, I don't know. We need like the experience guy because it's so tight
we need
here.
the one that's been there for 20 years.
You're right. Like he can do it, but like he's got to know what he's doing.
Right
here, I mean, Jim that they picked up on the side of the road could pull the dump truck in and turn it around on rock.
Yeah.
So I don't want to block us in to where that becomes an issue, but we definitely need to get like the driveway secluded to where people can come in and out without the dogs always being a worry.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Judy.
Erica, we thought when we first moved, we thought about the electric fence and collars. But there's really two things for Xena and Rusty. Rusty will not care. When he gets in the zone, I mean, he goes. He goes and he goes and he goes and he goes. So even though he may come back, like he would still go. And Xena, with Great Pyrenees have double layers. So it's really hard to get to something to them without basically choking them to have enough connection to do that, even with the invisible one or anything. So
I don't think I would
just-
ever be at ease because I
Right.
would feel like if they got excited enough, they would just leave
Right.
and never come back.
Yeah, and they're so big and so strong, and especially Xena with her double layer coat being a great parent, he's like it's just not going to stop her.
Oh, that's funny. As close as you can run a lottery for people to win a week with the Stivers.
They pay that house off quickly.
Yeah. I feel like y'all might get bored after the first 2 days. Hopefully not, but
Yeah. But I mean, when we first talked about it, we were talking about like building a little garden up there, and especially in like the spring and summer, it could be like the homesteading experience, and like you'd have your own personal garden to like grab your own food for people that don't do that before.
Yeah.
That way they can have all that experience, and then maybe we can have like you get to do one goat milking or something, or something in the barn with a petting zoo to just kind of experience
or
that.
all of it if you want.
And then
all the milking.
Right.
The whole time you're here.
And then her and I look at each other and be completely honest with you, like, do we really want to deal with that? Like, because then you think about that conversation. It's not that we don't want to meet people. It's just if we really are doing that actively, and it's like an every weekend thing. I don't know. It's just stuff we have to see.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Trying to see if I can go up and get some more questions.
So, what did y'all think about Jen and Ray Ray and the Target dress challenge? Wasn't that the stinking cutest thing that you've ever seen in your life?
Fun. It was a lot of fun. She was a lot more into it than I thought she was going to be. So that was awesome. I was afraid she was going to look at me like I was crazy, but she did not. And she actually loved her dress and didn't want to take it off. And she had the most fun. She was such a good sport. And I really, truly think she enjoyed it. I don't think it was like mommy forcing her to do it.
No. So the story we want to tell you. So we had the great afternoon. White actually took a nap. He wasn't having the best day. And so I was outside on that raised bed, and she called me. She's like, "How long is it going to take?" I'm like, "I literally just picked up my drill." So like, I don't know. She's like, "What do you want to do the photo shoot?" And a lot of people asked. I did take the pictures, but they were the stars taking the with their poses. And I'm like, "No, that's definitely priority. Let's do this thing." And so I'm like, "Just come on out." And I kept working, and she came out, and there they were. And it was just, I loved my two ladies. Like, it was just absolutely awesome.
It was so much fun.
Well, we had the awesome fun doing the shoot. It was a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. I was like crying inside looking at Ray Ray. And then we come back in. Jen changes back into normal clothes. Ray Ray doesn't.
No.
She wants to keep it on. And it's getting later in the evening. And so I don't know if y'all have ever seen it, but in our dining room where the old hutch is, really old hutch,
the whole dining room's old.
Old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the only place that we put all our old stuff, like antique stuff.
Right.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, Morgan?
Well.
So we have a cereal dispenser that you put on top, and like it's perfect because the kids can just crank it and get their own cereal when they want it. Well, her and I go to walk outside, and we look over it, and you just see the back of Raylan's bonnet,
like short.
Yeah, short. Her bonnet in the back, and like her and I both. What kind of farmhouse ghost is up in this place? Burn it down.
Like, I jumped when I rounded the corner, and I was like, I thought we had like a colonial ghost in our house. Oh my gosh. Raylan turned around. She was like, what? She was like barefoot with her little bonnet. Oh my gosh. It's legitimately scary. Actually, I have a picture of it on my phone. I made her turn back around, and I took a picture because it's so funny.
It was terrifying.
It was standing in front of that hutch, and you're just like, what?
I mean, she wasn't moving.
Oh, Ray. Probably. No, I think she read her.
It's just like colonial ghost.
Oh man! Hey, Freedom Homestead. Hey, Brittany. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
So we actually went to my mom's Sunday, which I already briefly mentioned that, but his mom came in for the weekend.
Yep.
And then we were actually going to go to Gatlinburg on Saturday.
Time out. Before you get into that story, because I know where you're headed. But I want to tell. So throughout the week, we talk about what we want to do on the weekends. Like, because like I'm working all week, and
I only ever want to do one thing.
And I have like all the other things in my mind. So like my work is busier than it normally is right now. Like usually, and because of the shortened time, like I am getting no projects done through the week, Monday through Friday. It's chores, work, and then family time. So on the weekends, like my mind's spinning. I'm like, I can do this and this. And like I'm within the weather. I'm like, stay non-rainy, because I want to get something done. Well, every Friday, Thursday-ish, Friday morning, it gets like, what are we gonna do this weekend? And I'm like, man, I want to get those raised beds done. I want to do this soil. I want to do this and that. Jen goes, want to go to Gatlinburg? And she says, and every time she says it,
he just laughs.
because
And then changes the subject.
So go ahead.
So his mom was here, and we were talking about what we were going to do. I said, Carol, I'm going to ask him if he wants to go to Gatlinburg, and he's going to laugh. Watch it. And she giggled, and I asked him, and he was looking at his phone. I said, see, I told you. He laughs.
And it's not that I don't want to go to Gatlinburg. I mean, I know it's short. That's the reason we moved here.
See, Granite Garden said the hustle, Zach. That's right. I actually talked to him about that.
Said that on the positive side.
No. We've had conversations about it.
Which I have a conversation about it too that I want to get, but there's just not a whole lot I can do about it right now. But hopefully someday. Anyways, which we'll get into that. Let's get into that. We have plenty of time. But I don't even know where I was headed with this. Anyways, we did not go to Gatlinburg. We decided to go to yes. Yeah. I had agreed to it. I said, yeah, that's fine. I understand. I know that it isn't all about work. It's a rough time of year. Let's do it. Let's go. Well, then I continued on, and now I'm like building in my head and getting myself ready to go to Gatlinburg and deal with a bunch of people and money spending and all that good stuff. She goes, want to go to my mom's house?
I started thinking about it. I was like, well, Carol hasn't seen their new house yet, so that'll be fun.
And we ended up having an awesome time.
We did. It was awesome.
So we got to go. Their property is beautiful. It's a beautiful place. It buttons up to Daniel Boone National Forest, and it's just really pretty. I mean, it's a really beautiful area. Way out there, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And it was always good to see family. Mom was able to come out there and see it too, which is first time seeing it. So I think ultimately we had a better time at Grammy Cairns and at Old Graybeard's house than we did going to Gatlinburg. Yeah. And it was much cheaper.
The drive was interesting though. It's always interesting. It's all back roads. Once you pass that deer farm, you just start doing S's the entire way there.
So here's the thing. I always drive. And so it's I want to see what is going on around here kind of drive. Like, what are these people doing up in this place?
Yes, Sharon, we did. Love them.
And so every once in a while when you're doing that, you kind of get one of these. When you're driving, should have paid attention. Like,
I just start singing. I'm like, wee!
Yeah, they yell in the white. Well, next thing I know, like her, my mom, Wyatt, all of them like starting to get car sick.
Well, your mom had to pee really bad.
Yeah.
And then I start getting ill. His mom, the kids, and him, besides Wyatt, were all freezing. And I kept rolling my window down just to try to get some air.
I'm numb.
Wyatt was with me. He's like, I'm hot. It's so hot in here. Like, I'm sweating. I can't breathe. I've already swallowed my vomit twice at this point. He looked at me at one point. He said, do you need to use the bathroom? I said, no, I've swallowed my vomit twice and I don't want to do it again.
And my mom's like, I got to pee. I'm like, I mean, unless you want me to pull over on the side of the road, you got 15 minutes left. I mean, that's like what the GPS says. And it was just a really funny ride because we've had this like running joke. If you've ever watched The Grinch with Jim Carrey, when he's coming down and the thing's spiraling, he said, I'm going to die.
I'm going to throw up.
And then I'm going to throw up. And then I'm going to die. Like, we keep saying it because like it's one of the two. And it's been really funny. But yeah, it was probably more of an in the moment kind of funny, but it was hilarious.
It's too much. Those roads, they don't usually get to me, but sometimes they do. What did we eat for breakfast?
We had toasted hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, yeah.
That gets you every time.
It was rough.
Yeah.
We got there, and I was like, just get me out of here, please. Yeah. Oh, man. And you got the mountains. They're so pretty. I just kept saying, look out the window. Look out the window.
You ever watch The Walking Dead? And remember Carol?
Yeah.
Look at the flowers. Just look at the flowers. We joke about that a lot.
Oh, my gosh. The Ponderosa said, what is your regular job?
So I work for a healthcare company in the digital space. So I work for the website and the app. It's demanding right now. And I have caught on a lot that it is taking more and more of my time. I kind of hit a space where like I was like under the radar, but still doing a good job, but it didn't take up a lot of my time. That has flipped. Like I'm now in the middle of everything that's going on, which is not necessarily where I want to be, but for my career is doing really well. But I can see what it's doing to my home life. And even if I work from home, and that's because that's like one of the biggest things that like some people say to me, like, well, you get to work from home. Well, I hear what you're saying, but when I'm stuck in a room on my laptop, I'm basically not home.
You'll have to tell me about that, Goldchild. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't either. I haven't even seen it. I'll go look after this and see who it is. But anyways, I'm seeing how it's becoming more and more demanding, which is exactly the path that I did not want this to go. I actually told her at one point, like, I don't want to move any higher because I know when that flips, it's going to change things for me and what we're doing here. Well, I didn't really have a choice. It rolled anyways. I mean, I did have a choice, but it was either like it was basically quit or take it.
Right.
And so I'm happy.
Another one.
I'll see. I'm sure I probably do.
That's super interesting.
I do. So anyways, like it's getting, there's a lot of pressure. And so I'm working a lot. And so it's making me think a lot about my future and what I really want and what I want for us. So Melissa, yes, I do eventually.
Not anytime soon.
Not anytime soon. I can. We just bought a house. Like I mean,
not even that. We're too blessed to even consider that kind of option.
Absolutely,
right
and it's 100%. And I don't want to shy away, and I'm not going to like block anything that might be a future situation. But my company's great. My job's really good. It's just demanding. So for a normal person, I still don't work like over the top hours. It's just a lot when you're farming on the side too, and you still want to have family because there's a lot of stuff that I'm limited to just the weekends. And then it's like a perfect situation of what we had. It's like, I'm ready to now actually do something. And she's like, I'm
tired of being in the house.
Right. She's like, I've sat here and seen you on the phone all week. And like, I want to go out and do something with you. Not like they don't do anything. She's like, I want us to do something as a family. And I totally get it. But then like the to-do list is starting to pile. And I want to get those things done. So to quit the ramble, anybody in the hustle, just make sure you're recognizing it. And so like for me, I know I have to fight myself sometimes and be like, hey, listen, I just have to shut it off.
Hey, George.
Oh, that's right, Morgan. I remember. Yeah. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's moved out of my direct area and over to another one. But we got to talk about that because it was a whole thing with that fella. But yeah, anyways, I've got to continue to recognize that my life isn't about just working, and it's not just about working on the farm. I've got to remember their priorities and our priorities as a family to make sure to do things. But it has opened my eyes to the future and how much I want to be. I've always wanted us to work on our own. I've always wanted us to be our own bosses and work for ourselves. And I think we're on the right path to
we definitely are.
It's just going to take time. We're not upset with y'all are amazing. Like, how you like worship her goods that she sell on Etsy, like it's great.
That's awesome.
So we know that it just takes time. It's not like it's like boom, millionaires. Watch out. It's just something that we have to work towards. So we're going to continue with that goal, and we want it, and we're going to get it. And to where I'm not working at 70 from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. because that's kind of what's going on right now. We don't want that to be forever. And so I've acknowledge that, and it is not the long time future.
Right. Let me see. Somebody asked a question. I think it was Mini Me said, "Are your goats for milking only?" So milking, breeding, clearing, brush and stuff like that. Not so much here, but our old place. They worked really hard. Our old place, and enjoyment, joy.
Yeah.
But yeah, mostly the milk. And the goat milk soap, stuff like that. And then the breeding. Everybody loves a baby goat.
Yeah, so we do. We play and we work. We play and we work. It's just at a new place. It obviously it's like piled on. Yeah. So it's just once it starts fading itself out, we know how to enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I just get He's not the best at it, but he's getting there. He's gotten a whole lot better than he used to be. I can tell you that.
Thank you. I hope so.
Goodness and everybody said, Jen, when you did your elderberry thing, did you use vodka? Yes, 80 proof, which was fun conversation. So in alcohol, at least in the United States, I don't know about other countries, but if you have 40% alcohol,
should I tap
it.
your knee? I mean, I got knee tap. That's a knee tap.
You have to double the percentage, and it makes the proof.
Yes. That was another one we got like.
But I was right on that one. I was not gonna let that one go.
I rewatched and I was like, I know she's right, but like, did she misspeak or did she misspoke or whatever? And I'm like, oh, you actually said it right.
So I have like, if it's an opinion, I know a lot of people, probably 99% of people don't agree with my opinion because I'm weird. We both are.
Yeah.
So like, I can let that go. Like, I'm not gonna argue about an opinion, but when I'm like full on right with facts, I will argue it.
Like, there's a lot of times that the YouTube comments make us question ourselves. Like, if we're actually right, she's like, by golly, I am right on this one, and I'm gonna make sure everybody
taking
knows.
it to the grave. Hey, Pamela. Oh my goodness. Hey, Pathways Homestead. The neat tap. Amy said, what are you planting in the greenhouse?
So we got a lot of cool crops, which somebody sent a fun article it's actually called cold crops. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's what they say. Either way, it's we are planting broccoli, cauliflower, kale, all the lettuces, kohlrabi, cabbage, some Chinese cabbage. We got a whole flat of 162 onions going that are basically all sprouted, which is exciting.
Very exciting.
Actually, the next video, which we will not have a video tomorrow, rainy morning day today. So we will film tomorrow during the sunshine, hopefully get some stuff done. Like I said, I try to clear my schedule so we'll be out there. But we'll show the onions, we'll show what's growing. They're all getting almost to the true leaf spot to where we're going to do one up pot, and then they'll go into the greenhouse gardens and in the green stalks.
Yeah. Monica, yes, the fire cider was half gallons. I did miss
that one was on
I was wrong on that one, and I admitted it. Well, I was going to say, this isn't in the greenhouse, but we also have like 5 pounds of shallots.
Yeah.
That we need to plant.
Yep, we're just waiting for a little bit to get them out there.
Yeah, that plus all the onions. A lot of onions.
Yeah, co-crops. Yeah, that's fine.
What did you say?
Co-crops. Never know. Those are co-crops.
Coal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Co-crops.
Oh,
but
interesting.
We turned it to cold crops.
Right.
Because,
I like that.
Yeah.
What direction did you face the greenhouse?
South.
Jen, do you body wash with the goat soap? Yes, when I get to keep some for myself, which is rare. I usually just end up selling it all because I want people to have it. But I do have some held back.
Somebody asked me about the fire cider book. I was trying to see if we saw it.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Get it out.
Take out all the books.
The whole bookshelf comes tumbling down. Yeah, this is the fire cider book. It's by Rosemary Gladstar, which she's the herb queen. She knows all the herbs. I love her. I think I have daggone near every one of her books she has ever written.
Yeah.
But this has 101 fire cider recipes, so that's really, really cool. So yeah, the one that I do, it's not like some one and only way to do fire cider. Actually, I don't even put horseradish in mine, which is a really big thing that a lot of people put in theirs. Horseradish. What?
Horseradish.
Horseradish.
Go ahead.
How do you say it? Horseradish.
You're saying it right. It's more of a, I don't know, but you got something going on with that H.
But yeah, that one's got a whole bunch of different recipes that you can do. We love our fire cider. Oh, that's awesome, Veronica. She is an awesome lady.
Merciful Roots. Is that why it's called cold slaw?
Is it?
Interesting. Because everything in there is a cold crop.
Huh.
Watch out.
It does help with heartburn. It's crazy
So much.
how much it helps. That's our go-to.
Y'all have no idea. I mean, I was having to take, what's it called? I call it Telepil.
Omeprazole.
Yeah, like every day. It was like my joke when I hit 30. But when I started taking that,
How do you say it?
Somebody else heard it too, right? Horse,
Radish.
yeah, horse,
Horseradish.
horse. Like it's like that H and the SH something
You
going
say
on.
it.
Horse radish. I can't. I like I'm trying to overdo horseradish.
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 Oh,
Horseradish. Oh my gosh. I
can't do it.
can't now. You done got me all messed up.
Oh my gosh.
One more time.
Horseradish.
Horseradish.
I can't.
Horse.
Ah,
So everybody like how they're right is horseradish. Horseradish.
Horseradish.
Horseradish.
Horseradish. Horseradish.
Oh my goodness. So my stepdad that passed away, he couldn't say aliens. He would call them aliens. And like he would try to like
He get all jacked up.
he'd like pick up a kick and everything, trying to say it right.
Radish of a horse.
Radish, yeah.
But when you say it that way, you're like, it makes zero sense why they call it what they call it.
Yeah.
Horse
Radish.
Horse radish. Horseradish.
Horseradish.
Oh, me.
Oh my good
Oh, it's
goodness.
Say it 3 times fast.
Horseradish, horseradish, horseradish.
There you go. You got it.
Someone hates horseradish.
I don't like it either.
Yeah. I like it.
I
You
don't,
got a kick to her though.
I don't put it into my fire cider because you're supposed to put horseradish root. I can never find it. Everybody's like, oh, it's at Walmart. Well, I've never seen it in my entire life. So I don't put it in it. But either way, I don't like it. I put it on like a sandwich one time and I almost died. I was sneezing. I was coughing. I was crying. I can't
Morning, where'd
imagine
you-
how much more hot it would make it.
Oh, I would love
I mean,
it.
it's already
love
hot.
Morning Wood Farms is right. It's horsey sauce. That's what it's
Horsey
horsey sauce. Somebody wants to say Worcestershire. That's how I say it.
Worcestershire.
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 And it's the Dollar General.
That was funny. Wyatt, he does his spelling words. One of his words was washing, but I told him I said spell washing. And he spelled it the way I said it. And I was like, no, that's
There's
wrong.
no R. There's no R in that.
I said, that's not how you spell it. That's how I say it. He just looked at me like, well, what?
What? He's like, is this a
I was
do?
like, never mind, never mind.
He's like, is this one of those do as you say, not as you do kind of things? You're like,
I'm
yes,
like, whatever.
exactly.
We live in Southeast Kentucky now. Spell it the way you want to spell it. Who cares? Who actually cares?
I mean, they're wrong.
Who's going to be the judge of that?
Right,
you know?
it's washing, right? I mean,
Who am I to tell you wrong? Spell it how you say it.
that's right.
Oh my gosh, too funny. Very
Hey,
good.
that's that colonial witch.
Is that colonial? Oh no, it's a witch.
Oh, yeah, ghost. Sorry.
Oh, well, you just never know, I guess. Kids, come here. Oh,
Right.
ready. She was ready.
She's ready. She's ready.
Here, let me scoot back. Watch your toes. Watch your toesies.
Yes.
Oh, careful.
Breaking everything.
Woo-hoo. Don't kick it. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Woo.
Hey,
Goodness.
you know that store that's yellow that we like?
Here's my mouth.
Yeah.
What's it called? That why I can't stand how we say it.
No.
What's that store called?
The store that we always have to go
No.
to. Not the Dollar Tree, but the.
No.
Oh! What are you doing? What has won you over? Keep your legs down. You gotta start down
Dollar
the gentry.
General. Dollar General. So we all call it the Dollar General. And
Yeah, it
Wyatt
drives
gets
Wyatt crazy.
super upset about it.
Wyatt, show them your new thing.
Your smile. There you
He
go.
lost his other one
Yep.
last night.
So he's
It's
got
gone.
3 missing now. One down here and then his 2 front teeth. It came too late after the holidays. He couldn't
Yeah.
sing the song.
The song is All I Want for Christmas
She likes
by
that.
2 Front Teeth. Well, she's already the topple's already almost there.
Yeah, it is halfway in, but yeah, he's.
And I already broke a little bit of my gum. I ain't letting me break more.
No, I'm
We
gonna
love
get
the
a bunch
Dollar
of hearts.
General.
Hey, Mama.
Dollar Holla.
Dollar Holla.
I call it the
Ray
Dollar
Ray
General.
loves every store with the word dollar in it.
Yes, everything.
That's her
Dollar,
favorite.
dollar.
Guys, comment Dollar General, please.
What? Say horseradish.
What?
Say horseradish.
Horseradish.
He says better enough.
He did.
Say horseradish.
Horseradish.
Say it
Whose
again.
kids are
Say
y'all?
it again.
Horseradish.
She almost did the
Yeah.
whistle. Oh,
Wait,
Chesapeake
I don't
Homestead. You guys
know.
are so funny. Great lives tonight.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Very
much.
kind of you.
Oh, we love y'all. Thank you for spending your Monday night with us. This has been so much fun. Wyatt is rich now. He's basically got more money saved up than I do.
That's right.
And guys, tomorrow I'm gonna be making a video, so go check that out.
There you go.
Right.
Need to charge that GoPro.
He's gonna edit that bad boy.
No.
Amy, I do have a juicing book. I don't know which one or where it's
That's a
at.
lot of bugs. Oh, right there. It says juicing. Well, I found it. It says hands on it. Is that the right one?
This one?
It says juicing.
Oh, I can't reach it.
Grab that one, White.
This is one of them. Yeah, it's a good one. Oh, I just hit myself in the face with it. Ow.
Well,
That's one of them. It's just
Yes.
called juicing more than 150 healthy
Flip
and
it upside
delicious
down. They can't.
juice recipes.
No, that's not the one. It's backward. It's backwards.
I
But turn it upside down doesn't fix that.
I have another one.
Oh, we got this at Ollie's.
Hmm.
Ever been to Ollie's? Pretty cool place.
I can't remember where my other one is. It's a little bit smaller one, but it's got a lot of good recipes in it. I don't know. I'll have to find it, and then maybe I'll throw it up in a video. But that's a really good one too. You have fruit trees on your new property.
Great question. We actually which we've always kind of been partnered with Start Bros, but we just about fruit trees kind of one time. But you keep going. But yes, we have put our order. We got 4 apple trees coming, 2 Granny Smith, 2 Fujis, and then 2 blueberry bushes on their way. It's got to break from the freeze. I think they're coming March.
Oh.
It's March.
We've also got a bunch of elderberry coming too, so
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I love you, everyone.
Oh, that was super sweet.
So sweet. All right, we love y'all. Thank you so much for being
Yep.
here with us. Thank you for the moderators too and all the super chats. And we just love y'all. And we will have a video Wednesday.
Wednesday. Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Good night.